to see it. Aren't you happy, Avery?
I'm crying inside. I'm still crying.
You get to see Gaimin Gladiators maybe win yet another finals, and you get to watch Quinn win with Leshrac.
Quinn Leshrac for Gaimin Gladiators in a grand final. This is really taking me back to like 5 weeks ago. Just really hitting those nostalgia spots right there. I think that's what we all wanted some more of, and we'll see if BetBoom can deal with it where nobody else could. There's a reason they went back for the Disco Pony. It's because that man, he's got some good moves.
Yeah, he's a little obsessed, but
this is a good start.
We're going to be getting an early first blood. DyrachYO going to be shot down by GPK, so GPK will have the first blood advantage. They're still going to get 2 bounty runes too, so very much ahead. Fast bottle for Mr. GPK.
And I think BetBoom did this exact move versus LGD in game 1, if I remember. It was one of the games in that series where they had a delayed smoke. They went up onto the high ground of that Dire or bounty rune and came down the ramp onto a lone hero that was like, oh, they're not showing, so they're just trading.
Yeah.
And that got them a first blood that game too. So BetBoom really pulling out the playbook here. Gonna run it back and have it work a second time and put GPK in a much stronger position than he was game 1, where he was in a bad matchup that did not start too well for him. Here he's on a good matchup with first blood. And the kills keep flowing.
And second blood, apparently.
Very fast start for BetBoom. This is what we're used to seeing them. I think gaming traditionally win lanes through some of the small mechanics and just stronger laning prowess. But I think BetBoom have shown they're winning lanes this turn, honestly, by just killing you more.
Yeah, they kill your ass.
Yeah, they just murder you and use the XP to murder you some more. So I think this is a good sign for them already, especially with a Tide Hunter lineup, because if you lose this game too with the save Ench and the pure Tide, this has been their go-to strat for the tournament. Like when they need a win, when they want to up the priority on a hero, it's been Tide Hunter. I go back to that LGE series. They won the first game with Tide Hunter. Second game, they first faced it.
Right.
And so here, they're bringing back the pure Tide. They don't care what the hell it's playing against. They don't care what the matchups are. They just have faith that he's going to get mega farmed with the Meteor Hammer, take the tower, and give them the team fight in the ores they need to match the Beastmaster, which Gaming ran back. I mean, the upside for Gaming is they have the same heroes. The downside is you're letting BetBoom know what's coming. And there's a little suck for the boar as he meets his maker.
This is a dangerous lane. I like the fact that they pointed out on panel, like BetBoom, they get these combos, which is where the killer mentality comes from, right? If you have a good combo, probably means you have really good kill power. Lich Juggernaut, they already got the early boar kill, they got the early, they were a part of the first blood, they got a second kill into the lane. I mean, this is a lane that it is not a free win for Beastmaster techies like it usually is.
No. And even if you just go even with a Jug, most of the time you're happy. Because Jug is not really a lane dominator. He can CS pretty well, but as long as you're up there in the net worth, you're going to be content with this lane for BetBoom because your other two are the ones that you want to exert the pressure on, especially this off lane. You want to make DyrachYO's early game as rough as possible. Save, he's going to have a free matchup here versus the Undying. The downside of that pick for Gaming is they picked it into the Ench, which kind of gives Save a lot of room to operate here. And BetBoom, they did address the Undying a decent amount, which I think you have to do based on the impact they had game 1. They have the Shredder for the Tombstone. They have the Enchantress to ruin his lane. And then on top of it, this Tide Hunter pick. A lot of times people think of a 9 as, oh, okay, I'm just going to destroy the Tide Hunter. But they know the lane's going to be good because they have the Ench, which gets around that interaction. And I think part of what annoyed BetBoom in that game 1 was the team fighting. Single target initiation against Tombstone grab. Tide Hunter is the biggest AoE initiation in the game.
Right.
So he makes these single target saves very difficult. It's like one of the reasons Tide has really been great versus Oracle or Shadow Demon. I think if this Undying's functioning in that way, you have to address that element of him. That is what the Tide Hunter should do. You go in, you ravage somebody, you can't throw him in that Tombstone unless it's already down.
Sure. Speaking of Tombstone, they're going to use an early one here. Doesn't come close to getting a kill. And will very likely be taken down here somewhere. We'll see whether or not it gets denied, or maybe they're going to be forced out entirely as the lane pushes in pretty aggressively. So
Lotus on top of Seleri.
Back to bottom, Ace, who TP'd out earlier, now dies.
Ooh, that is a bad death to have.
Yeah, he's going to have to walk out to lane. 35 seconds left on that cooldown.
That's why those little chases pay off. I mean, you didn't get him earlier, but you get him here, and now it's doubly as valuable, as Nightfall is going to have a lot of free farm and a lot of time without that Beastmaster in the lane for Gaming. This is not going to be that hyper-accelerated Beastmaster like it was game 1. He is already decently far behind. And when you fall behind, it means the time tOfu can take off the lane to go get stacks up is not as useful either.
Oh,
has
yeah.
to sit there longer.
That's
so there's
true.
already 0 stacks up in that triangle in 4 minutes. And the next 3 to 4 is generally when Gaimin would get them. But if you're not winning the lane with this beast, he's going to have nothing to fall back on here. The hyper-aggression in the kill department is paying off for BetBoom.
We didn't, at least I didn't see it. Maybe you did. But the one thing I thought about was the Lich Juggernaut lane.
I saw it.
They're so aggressive. I bet they won the fight over the Lotus Flower, right? Which has been pretty impactful when it comes to winning these side lanes.
Okay, I actually didn't see that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say I saw it because I don't think anybody else saw it. So
Okay.
prove me wrong, you know.
Sure. So did they get it?
No, I don't think they got it. I think tOfu got it.
Okay.
Either way, they're still winning the regen trade, and that is a good sign for Lich. I like TORONTOTOKYO went to 2-0-1-2. I think the Frost Shield is just unnecessary mana usage on the lane. Like, this build is a lot more efficient. You're still going to get extra right clicks in off the pull, so you don't really lose too much damage.
Sure.
And again, I think their idea is maybe you get a TP cancel with the pull, but also if you don't kill Ace, if you just burn out his regen here and put him in this position, he feels really bad. And now you have the levels for everything. I mean, he is just feeding.
Sorry, Avery. You're wrong about all of that. First and foremost,
It's a dangerous thing to say. I might just
First
get up
and
and
foremost, stop Techie's blast off.
leave. Yeah, I mean, that helps. But they were not in a position where they were using that aggressively on a Jug anyway. How do you just blast off on a Juggernaut? You were just excited to prove me wrong.
I was.
But you didn't think about
No,
the
I
next
think
step.
you are wrong.
You didn't think about the final outcome here.
Seleri's dead. And 6-minute power runes are coming up. That is exactly why Seleri was in that position in the first place, which really sucks. If Blast Off does land on TORONTOTOKYO and... Oh, the kisses! Wait a minute! He'll get one. Quinn, he'll be able to dodge a lot of the damage.
Yeah, but that's Arcane Rune. Mortimer kisses for GPK.
Oh,
So
that is nice.
That is up again in 70 seconds here. That is going to feel really good. They're super happy with that trade. Also, denying that Arcane Rune from the Lesh feels even better here, as now he needs a bottle refill. And
He's just going for it.
I mean, why not? He has Save here to fight with him.
Maybe. Oh, the
They're
Hurricane
Arcane.
back. That actually pushes Quinn out, gives them time to deal with the Tombstone. A second blast coming
They're
through.
gonna get
Quinn, I don't think he expected these skills to be coming off cooldown so damn quickly. They're going to have another Scatter Blast for another kill. Double for
Okay.
save.
He's waiting around. He's like, you want some too, son? You want some of this?
There's plenty more buckshot where that came from, son.
Yeah, welcome to hell, brother. I'm going to chase you down.
He's going to cookie him. He's going to get the kill. Wait, the blast off. It's up. Oh, is he going to get it? Oh, the final Scatter Blast comes through, gets the kill. GPK will TP away. What a monster.
That is making up for that Roche fight in game one entirely. Gaming are really far behind now. He just put them all in the same grave. Says I only have to dig one for all of you, and it's called Arcane Rune.
Do not let Grandma cook like that.
Oh, she's
not
cooking.
with an Arcane Rune.
She's cooking. The kitchen is heating up here. 3K lead at 7.5 minutes versus Gaming. That is a rare feat. And they have just put on a clinic in this early laning phase. And like I said, it's through the kills. Like, they're not going to sit there and try and out-CS you. They are going to slay you and push you behind to a point where you don't have the XP to compete with these skirmishes anymore. And all of a sudden, Enchantress Lich, this is a very strong early game support duo that's going to continue to punish you with the extra levels they've gotten off of all these exchanges. Pure is entirely good on his own and is going to start hammering your tower soon. Gaming, they're in a rough spot. They do not have Ace to fall back on this game, and he has been their linchpin.
I love that you point that out because, like, it does kind of click for me. Gaimin Gladiators, no, they've been up before. 3K in 8 minutes, easy. They do that all the time. But I feel like it's like, yes, we've managed to push the carry into the jungle and have denied their pulls. And we're managing
what is that
to pull
impression,
more.
bro? You don't got to do them dirty
you know,
like that.
they're just out efficiencying. Meanwhile, BetBoom is like, kill. You know?
I will take your soul. Transfer it to my bank account.
Kill your tower, too.
Didn't even let him get the deny.
Look at this wraparound, though. They're going for the kill on Quinn, but look at Pure. He turns around with a Ravage Meteor Hammer. Now TORONTOTOKYO comes in from behind. Quinn didn't know that he was being stalked the entire way.
Tidehunter, he's got that big shell. You don't care, man. That is a gank that Gaming needed to get back in this game. Now you lose Leshrac again. He does not get power runes. Boots of Travel already up for GPK with no tower mid to have to stay there for. He's ready to join any side lane engagement, and you can't even enter these side lanes anymore if you're Gaming. Nobody is bottom contesting Nightfall. He's going to have one of his ridiculously fast Battle Furies on the Jug, which he's looking really strong in the late game. This game might not even go there at this rate. 5K at 9 minutes. This has to be one of the largest deficits Gaming have ever faced in recent memory here. This is a very steep hill to climb, and it's not looking much better in the short term as tOfu's going to run for his life, but DyrachYO dies to save, and GPK on the boots of travel to the creep.
He was spending all his time trying to kill a centaur, gave up on it, and still died anyway. GPK, bop, bop, bop.
Mega kill. 5, 0, and 3 already. I mean, this is what the bots can do when you have the Enchantress, right? Now all of a sudden, Save is a huge threat on the map.
Dude, just imagine if Save wasn't getting the last hit for every kill him and GPK were a part of together.
He might be able to stay on the team a bit longer, but you're right.
GPK legitimately would have like a godlike spree right now.
He's probably mad about it. I think that's why he's angry on the cam.
Yeah.
Because we're seeing him kill. He doesn't even look happy with these kills.
Dire's top tower.
I do feel like part of BetBoom, like we always see these interviews, Nightfall's always talking about, I mean, that's just a zoning chain frost right there, and you got the boar, so I respect that.
I would respect it more if it was with the Siege Wagon push.
That sends a message, though. You know what I'm saying? That's a message.
Yeah, I feel like you're an expert at sending messages.
Yeah, it's because it's about all I did. You know, I couldn't set up with the gameplay, so you got to get creative and figure out other methods. That is a, you know, there's no other way to say it. That is just a fuck you. You don't deserve to be in this game anymore. I'm a chain frost your boar. Get the hell out of here. I'll see you in game 3. That's what that says. I like it. Where's your stacks now, Ace? Where's your triangle now, son?
Yeah, where's your fast Aghanim Scepter, Crimson Guard, Guardian Greaves?
Actually, they are stacking triangle for him, so Ace is going to have a little catch-up farm, but the towers are being pushed down very fast. This is what the hammer plus the Eng creep can do. You're going to lose tier 2. You're going to lose outpost control. This lineup is happy to take all these early game fights. I really like the Snapfire pick for that reason. Suddenly you have this Snapfire Tidehunter combo, which goes back to that patch where Snapfire got released. And it got spammed in some of those early tournaments. This is a really strong mid-game combo, but when you play the snap mid and you get this fast bots, all of a sudden you can control the map as well. This lead isn't growing because of the triangle efficiency from Gaming, but you're taking a lot of space and you're going to be able to use it pretty decently here because the Jug is just about to hit that Battle Fury, and that is going to be so damn fast for Nightfall here. He's not going to need stacks. The whole map is his stack.
Tier 2 at 12 minutes? That's basically what we're looking at here. Whether DyrachYO denies it, I mean, he might as well. Pure can always come up and just Meteor Hammer it.
I don't think you deny tier 2s.
Even though you know he's just going to come up and Meteor Hammer it?
You make him do it.
Okay.
Make him.
I mean, I guess they do have the word on the high ground to see him making that move, so
yeah, normally
maybe they'll try and punish him.
You could bait him on it. It's definitely an option. He will deny it here, though. DyrachYO will claim that last hit, one of the only ones he's had in this game, and he is 0-2-0, no early involvement for him, but there's not a lot to be involved in right now. As Gaming are searching for net worth anywhere they can get it, which is mega ancient stacks on that right side of the map. Ace eventually found some. Nope, not there, the other one. There we go. Ooh. I love watching me some ancients get farmed.
A little bit of farm and chill action.
This is the one thing I would have wished BetBoom had done, is contest the ancient stacking. Like, either have TORONTOTOKYO just go in and sentry block the camps, or get vision on them and contest them later. Because this should be your understanding of Gaming as a team, right? No matter what happens, they're going to have stacks, especially for the Beastmaster, especially when he can use the boars for him. This is a nice window back into, you know, a comeback here for Gaming. If they can connect that item into something of a fight for Ace. He's just still doing stacks, man. You gotta contest this with the strength you've had off this early game.
Spending all their time on the wrong side of the map, perhaps.
I mean, they did get decent amount out of it. It's not like they're falling behind, but I think the window where you could have just ultra punished Ace here was open. And then this game's just over, because now there's a chance. Gaming have a chance back into this game. Yeah, I mean, that's the difference, right? It's like a 2K difference just off of the neutrals. Yeah. And Pure, he's extracted from elsewhere. He's still very happy in this game. This Tidehunter has done his job. We'll have that fast blink build as well to force the fights. And Battle Fury done for Nightfall. That is a 12, 13-minute Battle Fury Jug.
Yeah, maybe part of it is they just didn't want to draw any attention to Nightfall. You know? Like, let him be off in his, like, 1v0 lane, basically.
A little late to the Wisdom Rune. Quinn will get out of there. And barely dodged the cookie. That would have been a kill for sure. You have Kisses follow-up, Chain Frost follow-up. Now they will steal some of those Ancients away. But Ace did recover. Like, he was looking out of this game.
He was.
He's back.
He is indeed working towards that Helm of the Overlord, but for now, just Helm of Dom. Nightfall is still looking for his first Omni Slash of the game, though Gaimin Gladiators are just dodging him everywhere he goes. But if they dodge, it means he can take those Ancient camps now. Pure will keep the mid lane pushed in. It's very unlikely they're ever going to be able to really gank him and punish him too much.
No, that was supposed to be the Leshrac, and we saw how that went earlier.
Yep.
They're going to find Seleri doing a little farming in the backwoods. Clean him up.
Nice part about the Boots of Travel. This play doesn't feel nearly as good for Gaimin Gladiators when GPK can just bounce right back into a lane somewhere.
Yeah, I think the bots really helps this team because the Jug and the Tide are pretty static cores. So the fact that GPK can make these small plays and they can still keep the map pressure up, they can bring this bots into a counter gank is super nice. Yeah. It's eliminating some comeback potential from Gaimin. Like, even if you smoke on Pure, you're going to TP a hero and the Sapphire is instantly going to be there herself, and then that gank does not look so easy. That's why Gaimin are just trying to out-efficiency them right now, which, I mean, it's kind of happening. I'm honestly impressed that this lead has not grown for BetBoom despite the Battle Fury coming online. It speaks to how well these guys stack and abuse the one portion of the map they had right now. Giving themselves a decent shot in this game despite the rough early game, 13-1.
Yeah, and if you're not shutting them down now, I'm looking at BetBoom as like, there's no incoming items that I feel like changes the current state of the game too much. So I feel like Gaimin Gladiators is going to keep doing this for the next 10 minutes.
I mean, the Blink on Pure can. They can find the opening, start getting some core kills or force the fight. But there probably isn't some super early high ground here for BetBoom. The Roshan could come on pretty fast, though, depending on how big Nightfall gets. And that's the thing. Like, these items are not super aggressive timing items, but the faster you get this Jug Battle Fury, the faster you get to mana, this hero just gets out of control. And he's not a carry that is supposed to have that start. He's like a late game carry with the Blade Dance talent. So the fact that Nightfall is this far ahead it's just a huge cushion for BetBoom, and they're going to poke high ground here. This is not really a threat.
Yeah, they're trying to sneaky catch here. Pure, I think, wanted DyrachYO to, like, aggressively show maybe on the low ground and then surprise him with the Ravage, but DyrachYO actually displays a good amount of discipline here.
And Gaimin, they're cutting the map. They're in enemy jungle here. Ace continuing to farm up, push towards that Helm of the Overlord. BetBoom will claim another tier 2. Already have that outpost control. This will solidify that dire jungle as their right. I would like to see a quick smoke gank, though, to find the Beastmaster or at least kick him out of the area. I think that's the last piece of the puzzle here. Read out full map control. There's a little techies cam.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of tOfu cutting waves in this game.
Vision control, also a big point of contention here for BetBoom. If they can get deep obs up on the side lanes, I think those are the most valuable for right now. Sure. I actually don't really like the obs around mid because I don't think Gaimin are ever in a position where they can run down mid lane this game.
Sure, they want to play the outskirts of the map where it's hardest for you to catch them,
so devote the obs there, and you're going to have to contest the Hawk Vision this game too. So as much as you can get up to see where the Beastmaster goes, the happier you're going to be because he's the biggest kill. Take the Beastmaster off the map, suddenly there's not Hawks to protect the other cores. The map just collapses very fast.
Primal Roar into stun would have been the combo.
I'm actually surprised they didn't bait that.
Yeah, honestly, with TORONTOTOKYO ready to go behind him.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Nightfall dies there with Healing Ward out and a little Frost Shield with some Kisses counter initiation. Again, Ace is going to skirt around the sides. This is the move you have to try and stop, or at least get some objective punish if this is happening. They'll steal some more Ancients and go for the last tier 2, but the lead has shrunk a little bit in the last 10 minutes here.
Yeah.
That is how hard it is to close out this Beastmaster map from Gaimin.
I do like this move, right? They're taking the tier 2, but it's actually just a feint. They're going to go for the Ravage Kisses, DyrachYO. I mean, when they're just dodging you like this, I guess you can use these long cooldowns whenever you want. However you want.
Say hello to Malron, my friend. Are you?
Okay, I've heard Malron. What is the lore? Is that
what is the lore? Did you ask for the lore, Cap?
I did.
Did you ask for some grand finals lore? We have a little.
Yeah, did you do some special
Honestly,
research for
at this
grand
point,
finals?
I enjoy the bait more than the lore, I'm going to be honest. It's like the thrill of the chase more than the catch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you would have been severely disappointed if I didn't ask about it.
Yes, I would have. Okay. But I knew you would because
now I know.
You're a good friend. Yeah, Malron, the Tentacular.
So he's the tentacle guy that...
right.
Okay.
He's the cephalopod.
Is he like a god?
He's the abyssal god of Leviathans and other mer people. So, you know.
Is he the one that took down Kunkka's ship?
Tidehunter sends you down to Malron.
I see.
Yes, it is rumored that is. But never confirmed.
Can I get your opinion on whether or not Kunkka is a ghost or not?
He's not a ghost. Good try.
14-1. It sounds like a big lead for BetBoom. After all, they just got a free Roshan. Surely this game is in the bag for them, but only a 3,000 net worth lead. And we have seen Gaimin Gladiators make big comebacks before. One slight problem is going to be that you feel like Juggernaut is the biggest bad late game hero of maybe the entirety of the roster. I mean, I've heard you talk up Juggernaut late game so much at this point. I just think that 45 minutes he automatically wins.
I mean, I'll put it this way. Juggernaut is not Terrorblade.
Okay.
You do not kill him in 3 seconds, and his scale is a lot more formidable. He's not as timing dependent. Like, this is a 20-minute push that Nightfall's happy to join with Healing Ward and that SNY tanking him up.
Yeah.
But this is not something where it has to go like this, or he's not going to continue to get stronger. So, Nightfall, he's going to be very scary in the late game. This hero with the Blade Dance talent in 5 or 6 slots is one of the strongest carries in the game, outside of maybe Phantom Lancer or Morphling. He is very comfortable in this position, and he has Teamfight to back him up. He has nukes. He has another scaling support in the Save Enchantress, which, like, honestly, we go back to that. Save was doing a lot of work in Game 1.
Yeah.
That game had snowballed a little bit more for them. This Ench might have been a ban that Gaming were afraid of, and so they get it back. He's going to continue to power out the damage and help the Jug, along with those Snapfire talents, push into the late game. I think BetBoom very comfortable right now. They'll claim a tier 3 and half of both of these racks, but neither of them completed, and smoke back in with the Ravage Blink.
I like this. I mean, if you're willing to push it high ground before,
yeah, do you just blind
why
go?
not just try?
Want to drop a ward, get some vision, and then just let Pure do the rest.
Seleri, his positioning breaking the smoke could be very crucial. Spot the heroes. It's, again, daytime, so they do have a fair amount of information about these heroes.
How do you start a fight if you're gaming, though? That's the problem. This Jug can siege for a while. Gonna drop the Tombstone defensively. They're really just trying to stall out this Aegis period, but there's 2.5 left. You're gonna have to take this if BetBoom want to force it. Rupture on save?
Yeah, I mean, his heal is gonna run out.
He's just taking your racks.
He is, and he's got a Force Staff ready to go. Not gonna pop it now. The Ravage goes out. The Bloodstone already out from Quinn, but it's not good enough. First life down for the Juggernaut. Oh, the Force Staff! It got him out of the blast off. tOfu's gonna lay his mines. Not enough to be able to kill any of these forts.
While the
Omni Slash, it's gonna bring down Ace. Now he comes back into it with DyrachYO already low. He is buffed up, and he's gonna have to win the next part of this fight.
Cannot otherwise spin TP. There's still Roar here, so you have to watch on your way out, and you've used all your ults.
Are they gonna back out? Looks like they're sticking around for the last barracks.
I mean, Quinn has buyback here. Backdoor is in. But does Quinn want to buy for the fight?
Primal Roar is going to be used now onto the Juggernaut, but they've already stunned up the Beastmaster, and Gaimin Gladiators struggling to be able to defend him.
Nightfall
blast off going out, but look at Save. He's doing so much damage to Ace. He's going to commit, but he can't quite kill him. DyrachYO gets that kill first, and they will not be able to get the barracks. BetBoom have overextended themselves. Didn't lose too much for it. Mind you, they only lost Save. Got a lot of buybacks out of Gaimin Gladiators. So, honestly, that was fantastic for them. How little they lost for that.
They did not get the melee racks, and they did not get the Leshrac buyback, though, and those are the two most valuable here. I think the Ace buyback, you're definitely nice with it. You're not sad about this push at all, because you got everybody out on top of it. And Nightfall didn't have to TV back, so he got to just stay out on the map and maximize that time and double Wisdom Rune into a Tormentor. He's going to continue to push that lead. But that was not a GG push for GG here.
Yes. That could have been,
yes.
Crippling Gaimin Gladiators, but this is recoverable.
Like, if Flesh has to buy and he dies again, then that might just be the game. The Bloodstone will trade out a life here for Nightfall. It's pretty nice. If that stun connects, you might be able to take down Pure, and then you're looking at a decent engagement. And then you have to choose on that. We didn't see it off screen, but DyrachYO and Ace had to choose which one of them took that Omni Slash.
Yeah.
And I think DyrachYO said, no, I insist. I insist, my friend.
No,
you got it.
you first.
Very nice from Nightfall. But, of course, backdoor kicking in. That Aegis push did get stalled out from the Tombstone, from the Glyph, and you do not get that melee racks. Also have to keep in mind the sustain that is going into the BetBoom lineup here. Like, you have this pipe done on Pure, but this pipe is protecting heroes that have Healing Ward behind them, have Enchantress Heal behind them, Lich Frost Armor, plus a... I was going to say Pavis, but TORONTOTOKYO did not go Pavis. He's going Aether Lens, a much more aggressive build for the Lich. On top of Eye of Vizier, this is going to be some insane cast range on the pull. He might just be able to start fights at that point.
Yeah. Or maybe he just feels a little bit more comfortable sitting, farther in the back, but still being able to get those Frost Armors or maybe the save from the Blast Off or something like that.
I mean, this build on Lich definitely feels the best. Like, from a greedy standpoint.
Yeah.
It makes Lich function at top caliber, because cast range on this hero is just ridiculously good. But it is a little greedy. You're not building an Aura, you're not building the Pavis, you're not building something that helps. You're jugging your Snapfire, push high ground, which is kind of what they're doing here. That's
Yeah, they're trying to end the game,
Right.
so you would assume utility would be the right choice.
Yeah, and he's done it almost every other time. So it is interesting that TORONTOTOKYO feels like he just wants to play for the Sinister Gaze. Maybe it is about catching that techies on the leap in. I think it's the one factor this build definitely helps a lot with. And Nightfall will push it up again. No Aegis, but 25-minute mark. He has Butterfly completed here. This is a ridiculously fast third item Butterfly for a Jug, and Nightfall is afraid of nothing. Says, you can roar me, you can rupture me. I'm still going to take your base.
They got the extra little Shredder attacks, so these buildings going to drop that much faster, not just for the extra bit of damage, but the extra bit of minus armor.
And this push was just way easier than the
It was.
Aegis push, honestly.
Yeah.
Gaimin just gave it up, trading for some net worth on Ace, but that's about it. The rest of them came back. I mean, this is their Helm of the Overlord plus the Greaves timing for Gaimin too. This is generally when their lineup would want to be strong in the 5-on-5. So the fact that BetBoom are taking Raxes during this period, that feels extra good.
Yeah. I think you're going to reach like a little peak here for Gaimin Gladiators in a couple minutes, but then about 5 minutes after that peak, you're looking at GPK closing in on that 20 talent.
Yep, the
right?
Snapfire
That's a massive one. The Juggernaut, Nullifier, then Omni Slash is a death sentence no matter what you do.
That's what I'm saying. The scale here for BetBoom is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, their scale is really good at taking the man-up one-on-ones versus the Bloodseeker or versus the Leshrac. Like, with the Healing Ward behind these heroes, the Jug can stand there, the Snapfire can stand there and just pummel you with the physical damage, and you don't have a great answer to that. There's no Frost Shield on your side. There's like a Techie's Disarm. That's about it. So this Bloodstone is really going to have to do some work. I think that's why Quinn was thinking about the Ghost Scepter here. He's really debating what he wants, because you want the Ghost Scepter for the Omni Slash, for the Snapfire, talents coming in later, but then at the same time, you're going to have to deal with the Nullifier and the Jug anyway. By the time you get there, it's not going to feel good. I think Gaimin really want to just get these BKBs out and try and win a team fight off that for the second Roche, which Quinn is not going to have his BKB for. He's just going to have to blink in and pray that Bloodstone was enough, but Ace has his, DyrachYO has his. This is probably the best timing you're going to get in a long, long time for this game, especially if you want to come back and take this Roshan away from BetBoom. Remember what happened game one? That second Roche, Gaimin pulled a Bloodseeker out of their hat, and Mjolnir done as well. There's a lot aligning here. This gold lead is not significant if Gaimin can find the opening and get their BKBs off at the right point in time.
Okay, they know that they're in this jungle area. The ward fully in view.
They don't really want to go on Nightfall, though, with that Frost Shield behind him. I don't think he gets bursted, especially with Healing Ward already out.
With just the items, it's even less. That net worth lead, they're only up by 3K in the actual items that are being used in this fight.
That's why this is very even. But Nightfall, he has a Butterfly, he has Elven Tunic. It's a lot of evasion to right-click through for DyrachYO. I mean, you have Mjolnir to help you, but it's not doing what an MKB does.
Round and round we go.
This favors Gaimin, though, because they have the ward in the lane. And BetBoom place theirs on the hills. Yeah, TORONTOTOKYO's going to have to break. Nightfall knows they're in here. Do you just go in blind? This is tough when there's Hawk Vision and you can't see through the trees.
Going to be able to get some vision, but not enough for a jump, not enough for a kill either. Now they get the
Or on the
initiation
back.
onto the side. They do manage to lock down this
What an
Snapfire
opening.
dead instantly. A 1-for-1 trade-off, core for support to the favor of Gaimin Gladiators.
And they're just running the summons in. Tombstone dropped as well. GPK has buyback here.
He does, and he has boots of travel too.
So you don't want to overcommit if you're gaming, but at the same time, your Tombstone's wearing out. And he might just respawn at this rate. 30 seconds is not that long when you're in a Roche standoff.
Yeah, if not now, then when?
That is the question.
Also, your buildings are taking chip damage this entire time.
Yep. Your tier 4s are getting hit. You've lost half a tier 4 already. Roar is up in 20 seconds as well. Maybe Ace just wants to wait for that?
Get the vision with the Hawk. They see TORONTOTOKYO. He's in a bad spot. He tries to think about the portal. Not going to make it. Gem's going to be dropped down. Now they buy back. Now they go for it. The immediate Ravage is going to be used onto DyrachYO. So he's going to die, and he does not have buyback. So Gaimin Gladiators now have to forfeit this Roshan.
Just a smart play by Pure. He knows DyrachYO does not have BKB here, so the second you're on him, there's no dodging that Ravage. It's just a guaranteed kill. And the buyback's too strong here for BetBoom. Gaimin are going to have to give it up despite hitting that Mjolnir. They cannot win the team fight. I don't know, that's a hard call, right? Like, that's a very difficult call to make in the moment. Do you try and push up that gate high ground when you know there's potential for the GPK buyback?
Right, yeah.
Or do you try and wait it out for another roar, and then you're stuck in a situation where they're respawning anyway? Roche wasn't even up, so even if you win that fight, it can be awkward, but BetBoom are for sure happy with that based on how that initial exchange went, because they don't really lose much, and now they get to push towards this Nightfall Nullifier, which is a huge item in this game.
Yeah, he pretty much has it. As soon as they take the Roshan and get the Aegis, I imagine he'll buy out for it.
Gaimin are going to contest. They are smoking back. Did get Gem off that from TORONTOTOKYO, so that was some extra net worth swing. It's got to be a blind jump here.
Can tOfu get here in time? It's not looking like it.
I mean, can DyrachYO? He's so far. This is a fight without your Bloodseeker, and you're not here in time. I think this is not a go.
They've already killed the ward. They know Gaimin Gladiators is here. BetBoom will smoke up and then confidently push behind Nightfall.
I mean, is this your fight? This seems so difficult.
This looks like a terrible engagement. If they have to go through Nightfall first, it is terrible.
They're trying to find the back line.
They're trying to, but they've already slipped away, passed through the trees behind Nightfall once again, repositioning behind their carry always.
And that is 2 big items done for BetBoom. Full Gleipnir done for GPK. Extra lockdown, extra
Look
damage.
at Quinn's positioning. The smoke is
Nullifier.
breaking onto him. Nightfall, he knows he's around here. Almost caught him too.
That was a bold smoke break.
Yeah.
Very bold, my friend. It will pay off.
I mean, it goes to show how desperate Gaimin Gladiators is to be able to get to the backline, just like they did on the dire side Roshan fight where they went for GPK first.
Yeah, there's no way you go on Nightfall first. Absolutely no way. Not just because he has Aegis. It's just not the target you want to go on. The counter initiation will guarantee come out. You need to find the supports or GPK, who is the squishiest. He has the highest ratio of damage to squishiness, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
TORONTOTOKYO almost dies there, but he will be rewarded for his bravery with a nice little Aghanim shard. And he has the cast range to use it. So now he's really happy with his itemization here, as it didn't cost him too much on the early pushes, and this greedy Aether Lens plus Psychic Headbang with the cast range for all of those Lich spells, he's going to guarantee get them off in a lot of the fights.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at Quinn, who was thinking about the Ghost Scepter, thinking about the BKB. Now he's thinking about the Shivas. If he doesn't go the BKB, that Lich, it's going to be some serious damage. And straight up, Ravage Omni Slash. Bye-bye, Quinn. Now, they do have buyback on him, and they're going to have to take this fight with that buyback as Nightfall.
This is very
He is a bulwark. DyrachYO is committing deep into you. Pure.
Oh,
He's going to be passed over the cheese. He gets the cheese. DyrachYO is still committed for it, and he does manage to get that kill. The Sinister Gaze comes a half second too late. Meanwhile, Nightfall, he's going to lose his first life, and DyrachYO is running him down. Once again, the Bloodseeker is making the difference. Oh, the spin just before the blast off could connect. Nightfall will get away, and BetBoom, honestly, do not lose that much.
No, but that did not feel great. I mean, you get the Shrek by, but the way that fight went was pretty scary, honestly. I don't know if DyrachYO should be in a position where he is running through you like that. He has looked terrifying on this hero this series, and he's almost to an Ags again. He just ran in solo. That's why it looks so weird to me. Like, he ran in solo BKB'd and just killed your Tidehunter through a cheese on top of it. And somehow that was like a decent engagement for Gaimin.
It really did feel like an overcommitment of sorts, but
I thought it was going to turn against him, but he knows his strength here and just powers through.
I mean, part of it is that I think that Ravage Omni Slash use, it's worth it if you get the buyback out of him, so on and so forth. But once you do use it, you are limited in how you deal with the Bloodseeker.
Yeah,
right?
You don't really have any itemization to deal with DyrachYO when he just runs in like that. You don't have halberds, you don't have an Abyssal Blade,
Yeah.
You don't have any real glimmers either. Like nothing's stopping the Bloodseeker from going on to this Tidehunter and just chunking through him with the percentage. So that is the part I think BetBoom, if they can fix that, then they're super happy in these fights. But that also goes back to like the greedy itemization here. Every hero on BetBoom is pretty much itemizing for themselves.
Yeah, which is, I think this is their low point. This is where maybe they are closest to being on even footing with Gaimin Gladiators, but you give them 2 minutes, you're about to finish up. Ags on Enchantress, Ags on Juggernaut. You're going to get the level 20 talent relatively soon on Snapfire, who's, level 18 closing on 19 pretty quickly.
If that kicks in, then you're super happy with these builds. But I agree, the point to punish right now is here for Gaimin because they just have more utility. They have the Glimmers, they have the Aura from the Beastmaster, you have some Sustain and Greaves on Seleri. That's big, right? If we're looking at BetBoom's side, I mean, you have the Pipe on Pure, and that's it. That is literally it. It is Aether Lens Greed for TORONTOTOKYO, and like you said, the Hurricane Pike Ags with a Blitz Knuckle for save. It's just every man wants to be the hero and deal the damage. Sometimes that backfires because then you're giving a free BKB rain to DyrachYO, which is what we saw. That's
Tundra would never. No, looking at this BetBoom item inventory,
I mean, if Snaking and Soxa itemize like this, one of them would be immediately kicked from the team. I can guarantee you that. Howie would say, you didn't want to build a drum? Well, I'll drum your exit, my friend. Instead.
Drop the beat for your kick. Well.
These little things matter, though. Like, imagine you have a Glimmer there for Pure. He gets the cheese off, he's Glimmered. Sure. You waste 3 or 4 seconds as Bloodseeker BKB. We'll see if it comes back to bite him. They're still in a very solid position. They are continuing to scale up. That Leshrac buyback was very expensive for Quinn. Kind of cost him his BKB window here. Now he's just thinking about going back for Shiva. Still unsure of what the best item is in this game. He's going to have to deal with a lot. You have to deal with the stun jumps where you're getting Omni Slash. You have to deal with the Enchantress impetusing you in the middle of the fight. You might have to deal with a Chain Frost bounce off a Spire with the Mega Cast Ring. So you kind of wanted BKB to deal with the supports, but you also want some more armor to deal with the cores. No easy pathways here for Quinn, and it's going to put more pressure on DyrachYO to survive in those engagements. Again, if I'm BetBoom, I'm just going to itemize to deal with the Bloodseeker here. I feel like if I take him out of the equation, you can deal with the rest, and your scale should be more than good enough to push you into this late game.
I feel like part of the reason that I really like this Aghanim Scepter lately on the Bloodseeker is it becomes a whole lot harder to itemize against that hero. Right? He gets significantly tankier, so your single target focus of like Omni Slash and stuff like that doesn't work out nearly as well because Blood Mist is giving you so much heal and shield. Your like disarms don't function quite as well. Like just general staying power and tankiness of Bloodseeker goes way up, which is I feel like sometimes where he falters, Like sometimes he doesn't look good in fights where he can't just immediately get a kill. But this Aghanim Scepter gives him a lot better ways to play team fights and shores up those weaknesses.
He definitely has a way larger window to just stick in there, and it's like the ultimate cage fighting item. Like when you go in and you lock yourself in that cage, which is like BKB to BKB,
okay,
fist to fist, chin to chin. I mean, you want this Ags on your side, right?
Yeah. So Bloodseeker versus Juggernaut cage match.
Yeah.
Which one's Elon Musk and which one is...
I knew you were going to ask that. I knew you were going to ask that. And I was going to make a joke about the other thing. I'm not allowed to make a joke about it because that's where my mind went. But I'll leave that for other people to figure out. Which one is Elon Musk and which is... This question is going to get very political. I'm going to dodge that. I'm going to decline to answer. I'll leave that for Jenkins on the panel.
Okay. All right. Well, panel, remember that question.
I think Jug does win it, but the Basher and Abyssal timing for Bloodseeker can be pretty scary. Like, if DyrachYO can get to some late-game items here, it's not just that straightforward, especially if you don't have Omni Slashes up. Nightfall will get ruptured and run away here, but he doesn't have Healing Ward.
Omni Slash onto DyrachYO, but there is a lot of units to tank this up. Double BKBs, too, so the Kisses aren't doing anything. Nightfall, the Ravage is now down. Oh, Ravage! Pure Almost went for it there, but immediately got stunned up, and that's okay. BKBs are still kind of up.
That's another lane, though. This is 2 lanes down for Gaimin. And Nightfall is just going straight down mid. This is without that Aegis. This is kind of a risky push if it
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. He's got to respect this.
You definitely have to respect the poke coming out here from Gaimin. Shiva's done for
Quinn. Got him with the tentacle. And the Swift Slash. Yeah, Quinn with the Nullifier. He can't stand toe-to-toe against that. The Shivas, really the BKB, the Ghost Scepter, none of it is enough of an answer to this single target.
And now you have level 20 on the GPK Snapfire, so that physical damage just ramped up considerably. This is your last glyph for your last lane.
Your buildings or your life. Which one is it going to be? Gaimin Gladiators, Swift Slash bouncing over, sticks onto tOfu, Ravage almost hitting him, connects onto Ace and DyrachYO. They'll finish them both off. Buyback only available for 1. Seleri tries to slow him down, but without the 1, without the 2, without Quinn, without DyrachYO, they do not have a way to be able to deal with the 5-man of BetBoom. Still going strong. They're going to call GG. This series is now evened up.